Hi everybody. I thought today I would get onto the mat and offer you a little yoga practice, and if you could maybe have a block if you've got one, or if you don't have a block, maybe a big fat book and a yoga strap. You can use a mat if you've got a blanket as well. Some of our props that we are familiar with. So let me move back to my space, and if Harry, my cat, gets in the way, please don't be distracted. Thank you. So welcome to class, and how about if we start lying down on the floor and taking yourself into Savasana, and just take a moment to feel your body lying down. Have the soles of the feet on the mat, and to begin with, and then just see if it feels right for you to extend out both legs, and maybe a little bit of height behind the back of the head, and just feel a little bit of looseness through the buttocks. You might like to squeeze and release, squeeze and release. And then take a deep breath in and float both arms over behind you with a big breath in. And take a little stretch here, and then as you exhale, bring the arms back down alongside the body. And then do that a few more times. So inhale, float the arms over behind you, lengthen out through the whole of the body. Exhale, when you're ready, bring the arms back down. And of course, feel free to hold the position and stretch when your arms move over behind you at any time. Lengthen, stretch, stretch. Maybe point the toes or draw the toes back, or even create circles through wrists and through ankles. And then hug the left leg in and interlace the hands either in front of the leg or behind the back of the knee. And while you're in this position, extending out through the whole length of the right leg. And just remember to work within your own safe limits today, as always. Just don't work into any pain or discomfort. And just as you're just here now, drawing that left leg in, lengthen through the back of the neck. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, draw the forehead up towards the knee. And then release. And then let's extend out the left leg, bring the right knee in, hold it in nice and close. You could have the knee a little further away if that's better for your hip, but just whatever suits. And keep the right leg drawing in nice and close and extending out through the left leg, and just feel yourself hugging that right leg. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is bring the left leg in to meet the right and hold on to both legs. And take a breath in, and then as you're exhaling, draw the head into the midline and then release. And then taking both feet back to the floor, arms out at shoulder height, take a little twist to each side. You might notice that Harry Angus' cat is seeking my attention by running around the floor, and this is my life. That's okay. I'll ignore him a little bit longer. And just take those nice little twists around. Excellent. And then I'd like you to grab your strap if you've got one handy. If it's not a strap, it's a scarf or something that's long. And we're going to take the right foot to the floor, have the left leg extended, and stretch out the hamstrings. Now, have a little bit of a micro bend in the knee, so you're not completely flattened through that knee, and walk the hands up the strap, just to that point where you can feel the arms just hanging, and then relax and relax, and then as you kind of breathe with that, you'll just notice that the leg may begin to lengthen, and there comes a time when the right leg might slide out, and or not. So you might go back. Deep breath in and exhale. And then just see how it works for you to just stretch a little bit more. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been doing a whole lot more walking than I usually do. Morning, and probably about over 10 to 15,000 steps I'm doing a day. So my hamstrings are starting to feel, I'm not stretching enough by comparison to what I normally am doing. So feel that length, feel that length. And then hug that leg in, squeeze it in, and then shake it out. Shake it out. Okay, let's go to the other side. Take the strap, ball of the foot or around that particular area, left foot on the mat, and just until you can decide how this is feeling. Slight micro bend, and then just ease yourself into that stretch as you see fit, and just work with that. And yeah, I can feel a little bit of tension here. This is something that I need to be doing just a little bit more than I have been doing. And just maybe slide the left leg out, maybe not. See how you go. Just take some time to breathe and relax here. Big breath in. Exhale as you maybe lengthen a little bit more. But feel soft through the stretch. Relax with the breath. And then hug that right leg in, squeeze it in, and then shake the whole leg out. Okay, and then hug both legs in, take a breath in, and then roll around in a circle. Knees away, over to one side, hug them in and around, and then into the reverse. Go in reverse, and excellent. And then just stand the soles of the feet on the floor, let the arms be alongside the body. And if you wouldn't mind just taking a right angle bend through the shoulders, through the elbows, and allow the lumbar spine to be connected to the mat. So that means just drawing the navel down to the spine. And just feel the shoulder blades squeezing together a little bit more. And breathe in and out. Take some breaths in and out. And one more time, deep breath in. And if this is too strong for your shoulders, then let the arms come out at shoulder height without the bend. And then we're going to hug both knees in. We're going to roll over to the left side, slowly find our way up to sit. And then take, if you've got a block and you can sit on the block, then do that. Or any other comfortable cross-legged position. I quite like kneeling and having the block there for that little bit of height. It's a little less compromising for knees, and I don't have any knee concerns, but it's just kind of really nice. So we're going to inhale, take the arms up in front of us, and we're going to exhale, float the arms down to the side with an out breath. We're going to do that again. So deep breath in. And exhale. And then one more time. Deep breath in. And exhale. Excellent. take the right hand to the right shoulder and push the palm up towards the ceiling, stretch it up, take a side stretch to the left. I've got the left palm of the hand on the mat and the right palm stretching over to the left side as well. Good, so I can really feel the right ribs, right side of body having a lovely stretch. Then inhale, coming up, and then bend that right elbow, let the hand come back down to the floor. Roll the shoulders before we go to the other side. Left hand to left shoulder, palm of the hand pushing up to the ceiling. Inhale as you do that. And then exhale, right palm or right fingertips to the floor. Keep the left hip drawing down, left buttock drawing down. Push away with that left hand. Inhale, moving up. Exhale, bending the elbow, bringing the arm down. Roll the shoulders. Roll the shoulders. And into the reverse of that as well. Excellent. Now interlace the fingers, and we're going to just take a little bit of breath practice here, and just to work through the shoulders again a little bit more. So inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, bring the hands together and out in front. Then we inhale as we raise the arms, and exhale as we bring the arms back down. And then interlace the fingers again. Inhale, palms underneath the chin. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring the palms up underneath the chin. This time exhale, send the palms away from you so you've got the fingers interlaced. And just take a breath here, a breath in, and a breath out as you're just stretching, and then another breath in as you're lengthening again. And then exhale, float the arms back down. Good. Roll the shoulders and shrug and release, shrug and release, shrug and release. And then we're going to come up to kneeling. Now, if you, like me, like to have a little bit of padding for knees, then this is the time that your blanket will be useful. And probably about now, Harry Angus might decide to join me. No, he's happy there. Okay, so since we've got the pussycat there, we're going to take a little bit of cat-cow. And so neutral cat, 4-point kneeling position, take a breath in. As you're exhaling, round out through the back body, chin to chest. And inhale, just reversing that direction and looking forward. Let the shoulder blades draw down, looking forward. Exhale, rolling around through the back of the body, navel into the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, reverse that direction. And when you do that, the back arches and the front of the belly will have the stretch. And then exhale, rounding out. And then one more time, inhale. And then exhale, rounding out. And then come back to a neutral spine. Going to tuck the toes under. And then bring the sit bones, bring the buttocks back to the heels. And Harry is pretty much in my way, but you're going to stretch both arms in front. Forehead coming to the mat or to your bit of height. And both arms outstretched. I've got one arm not stretched so that I'm not annoying the cat. Or take it out to the side a little bit. Now if you find that too strong for your toes, you can also untuck the toes, and that means your buttocks will move back down. Good. And then coming up to neutral cat again. And then we're going to take a downward facing dog. So just let me tuck in. Okay. So from the neutral cat, we'll have the toes tucked under. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift the hips and come right up onto the tips of the toes, lift the heels, and let's walk out our dog because we want to stretch out the calf muscles and the hamstrings, and just walk it out, and then take the feet a little wider and take a little bit of movement across from side to side as well. And so we're turning the heels to the side of the mat. You can do that with the feet wider together. You can also do that with the feet closer together, and I guess just experiment a little bit. And remember, if you don't like to have your head down, then don't stay here for too long. Otherwise, you might want to feel yourself in that position in our dog pose and just stretch those heels down towards the floor. Have a little bit of a micro bend in the knees, which I feel is better for the posture. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the knees to the floor, and then collect your brick and let the forehead come to your brick. Hands on either side. You can widen the knees. I've just widened my knees a little bit. And then you can also take the forehead for a little bit of a massage. So if you have the head right in the middle of the brick, it's just a massage across the forehead at the eyebrow area. And that releases a whole lot of tension. I can feel a whole lot of tension across those little muscles. Yeah, I can feel that. And then bring the head back to center, and then slowly raise your head. Slowly is really important. Bring the knees together, and we're going to then come on up to stand. So just remove anything that might be in the way. Take your feet apart, take a nice big stride, and then turn the right foot out 90 degrees. We'll take a warrior and a warrior two and a reverse warrior, often referred to as the goddess. So some more side stretching. So let's inhale, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, lengthen out, straighten out the arms, bend into the right knee. Just check that your kneecap aligns to the middle toes, and have the arms outstretched at shoulder height. A little bit of softness, and turning the palms over often gives you that little bit of lightness. And then send a little bit of weight back into the right foot, into the left foot. Nothing's changed here. I get my left and right always mixed up. And just take a little bit of a feeling of strength through the lower limbs. So from the ground up, feeling connected to the earth, to your mat. You might even feel a little bit of stretch across the pelvis, a bit of a stretch in the inner legs, inner thighs. Okay. Now we're going to take both arms down for a moment and just roll the shoulders. Keep the legs into the warrior position. And then raise the right arm, palm facing up with an inhalation. Keep the right knee bent, and then let's take the reverse warrior. Looking down maybe to the left leg, taking a side stretch now through the right side of the body. You could be looking forward if that's better for you. But a lovely deep breath. Keep the legs, the foundation of this pose, unchanged. Good. And then inhale. Bring the arms back. Soften the right leg. Turn around the feet so that the left foot turns to the left. The right toes draw in. And then bending through the left knee, find the foundation of the pose through the warrior leg position. Arms out at shoulder height. Just check. Again, a little bit of softness if you need to create that for yourself. Check that the kneecap is aligning to the middle toe, the left middle toe. And then just see if you can find your posture here. It might feel completely different to this side. You know, I've got a little bit of tightness in my shoulder, in my right shoulder. I'm spending a fair bit of time more on my computer and I'm feeling that. So, you know, sometimes it's just being, you know, backing off a little bit and breathing, and then keeping the base of the posture, just lower the arms and then just shrug the shoulders, release them. And then we're going to turn the left palm up with an inhalation, raise that left arm, and then moving into the reverse. So keeping the left knee bent and moving into the side stretch and looking down towards the right leg if that's available to you. If it's not, just look forward. When I say just, it's not of any less value, it's what suits your neck. Good, and then inhale, release, flatten the left knee, lower the arms, turn the toes forward and heel toe in. And take a little bit of jogging out a little bit, shaking out a little bit, rolling the shoulders a little bit more. And then we'll just stand for a moment, nice and tall, lengthened. You might like to close the eyes for a moment longer here. And just check in with the breath and yourself being completely still. I'd like you to visualize a tree because we're going to take the tree pose next. So visualize yourself in the tree pose. Now, if you want to take a tree with your arms closer to the body, then that's perfectly okay. Just remember all the modifications. So foot, left toes to the top of the ankle perhaps, or the inner knee, or maybe you're moving a little bit higher up. Wherever you're going, just make it be yours. And I'm going to keep my hands to the chest, but you can certainly take the arms up if you choose to. So decide what suits you today. Just take a moment to be still. A moment to check in. And when you're ready, you're going to release that down carefully. Bring the left foot back to meet the right. Shake off as you need to, and if you're holding that tree pose a little longer, then that's perfectly fine as well. And then find your way to the other side. And knowing, as I just found, that you need to concentrate. You need to know that maybe everything's not equal. And then when you're ready, again, if you want to stay a little longer, please do. Bring the right foot back down to meet the left. And then just simply take a moment to stand. Just close the eyes for a moment. Beautiful. And then come back down to the floor. We're going to use the block. And have that available. So come back down to laying on the floor, have that brick available, and to begin with, however, we're going to take a little bit of flowing bridge pose before we take the block. So, soles of the feet on the floor, hip distance apart, palms of the hands on the floor. And take a breath in and slowly peel yourself up. Lift the hips, pressing down through the feet, through the hands. And then times, Harry, please. Lifting up, opening the chest, exhale, lowering down. Harry, I'm really sorry guys, but you're in the present moment, enjoying a little bit of yoga to yourself, and you're probably not seeing this anyway. Good. And then next time you roll up into the bridge, let's stay here and just kind of get to that point where you feel comfortably challenged. Check that the knees are pointing forward so you don't have the knees wide. They're still staying at that hip distance apart. Sometimes it's hard to know, but just see if you can have a bit of an awareness. And then in your own time, you're going to roll back down. And then we're going to take the brick either at the lower level or the second level up. I'm going to the second level, so I'll be a little bit higher, and place that brick at the sacrum, and then stay here for a supported bridge version, which is really quite nice. So the head's in the midline of the body. See if you can relax. Just check also that the positioning of the brick is such that it's right in a position that is safe for the spine, so not moving up to the higher areas of your vertebra. You need to have that just at the sacrum. Excellent. And then as you're here now, you can either stay here and enjoy the supported bridge variation, or you can bring a knee in, take a leg up. We've stretched the hamstrings, so it's another opportunity to stretch them a little more. You can do one leg at a time. Most of you will have done this with me in class. Take a leg up. And you can alternate. You can even take both legs up. So I just need to make a little adjustment there. Both legs extended. Do that if you choose to, or you can stay into the supported bridge. If you're in the supported bridge, you'll notice that there's, you can feel a little bit of stretch in the quads. And if you've got the legs floating up, just see if you can relax into that position for a few more breaths, whichever you prefer. Try and relax. And then when it's time for you to come away from the block, carefully take it to one side, roll yourself down, and then hug both knees into the chest. Excellent. And then rolling over to the left side of your mat, and come back up to sit. Sit on a little bit of cushioning, a little bit of height perhaps. And some of you might have been taking some of the breathing practices that I've been placing on the YouTube channel. So I'm just going to lead you through a little bit of conscious breathing with the Ujjayi pranayama, and then I will offer you to then lie down if you choose to and take a little Savasana for yourself, a little bit of deep relaxation. But if you're seated at this time, just check that the spine is elongated and lengthened, and you feel easeful in this seated position. So the palms of the hands might be facing up. You may have chin mudra, and this will create a yogic seal, allowing all the pranic life force to be retained within. So close the eyes and begin to count the breath in and count the breath out.
So slowly find the rhythm that works for you. So you might be practicing and you know that your inhalation and exhalation is constantly at a particular number. It might be 5 or 6 or 7. Find that number and then start to include the Ujjayi pranayama. So contract the glottis, so narrow the airways in the back of the throat and create that soft, calming, almost like a very gentle snoring sound, but it's very, very soothing and calming and audible just to yourself. Take this breath a few times, breathing in and breathing out, so at a pace that suits you. Just let the breath be your focus, counting in for equal amounts of time. So if you're breathing in for 5, you're breathing out for 5. And then you might even find that at the end of an inhalation, there might be an opportunity to pause for a couple of breaths. But don't hold the breath or pause the breath if you have any underlying health issues, if you have high blood pressure or heart condition. If it's just not good for you, and you know, then don't hold the breath. And let's not hold the breath for any great length of time. We'll work up to that in future sessions. But just create a pause. And then just let the counting dissipate, just let the counting move away, and you can keep with the Ujjayi pranayama if you choose to do that, just for a few more rounds. And then just see if you can really now distance yourself from any inner conversations, any inner dialogue, any thoughts or distractions of the mind, anything that's popping into your headspace. And just bring yourself back to knowing that you're breathing in, you're breathing out. And then if you choose to, you might like to find your way back down to the floor and take Savasana. You might have a little bit of height behind the back of the head, which I think is preferred for most people. Maybe even something behind the backs of the knees if you like to support the lower back. And just give yourself 5 minutes perhaps, as much time as you'd like. If you've got time for more than 5 minutes, then allow yourself to just stay resting and let this short practice move through and into the deeper layers of your being. And with that, I will say au revoir and thank you so much for coming to the practice today, and I'll see you again real soon. Namaste.